911, what's your emergency? She never showed up. Her car's still at the office, the door was open. This isn't like her. Something's wrong. On a cold February morning in Willow Creek, Missouri, a county social worker vanished without a trace. Her office was unlocked, her phone on the desk, and a faint smear of blood on a file cabinet. What started as a routine workday would spiral into one of the most chilling cases in the town's history. Dana Wright was 38 years old, dedicated, compassionate, and fiercely committed to protecting children from abuse. For over a decade, she worked cases that most people couldn't bear to read about, let alone handle in real life. Her work wasn't easy. Friends say Dana carried the weight of every child's pain on her shoulders, but she rarely complained. She lived alone in a modest bungalow, her life simple but purposeful. That morning, February 6th, was supposed to be routine, a court hearing at 8:15 a.m. for a child custody case. And then, nothing. By 8:30 a.m., her colleague arrived and found Dana's office door unlocked, the lights on, her planner open to the day's schedule, her phone sat on the desk. But Dana? Gone. Police were called by noon. By 1:30 p.m., Dana Wright was officially a missing person. At first, investigators hoped Dana had stepped out, maybe to grab breakfast. But hope quickly turned to dread when a faint blood smear was found on the edge of a file cabinet, small enough to dismiss, but in this context, deeply unsettling. Friends and family insisted this wasn't Dana. She had no reason to run, no history of mental illness, and she had just texted her sister the night before about weekend plans. But when detectives dug into her recent case files, a pattern emerged, and a name kept surfacing: Ronald Griggs. Griggs had lost custody of his 2 children just 3 months earlier after a brutal domestic abuse case. Dana was the lead social worker who testified against him. In court, witnesses say they heard Griggs mutter, "She'll pay for this." Police searched his home. What they found was chilling. In his basement, a corkboard covered with Dana's photos, news clippings from her cases, and red strings connecting names. A folder marked Wright sat on a cluttered desk filled with surveillance shots and printed messages from her social media. But here's the problem. Nobody. No direct evidence. Just obsession. Then, 10 days later, a hunter stumbled upon a half-buried tarp in the woods, 15 miles outside town. Inside were Dana's work badge, shoes, and a torn piece of her coat. The search intensified. The FBI joined the case, but Dana Wright was never found. Prosecutors relied on circumstantial evidence, the threats, the stalking, the obsession. In September 2023, Ronald Griggs was convicted of second-degree murder and aggravated kidnapping. He was sentenced to 50 years without parole. The county renamed its social services building in Dana's honor, but her family and her town still wonder, where is Dana Wright? In a job built on protecting others, Dana Wright became the victim. Her story is a chilling reminder of the risks faced by those who fight for justice, and of the darkness that sometimes hides in plain sight.